Hi Libra, Sun, Moon, Ascendant, or Venus. This is Dane, and I'm going to be doing your summer solstice reading for you. Now I ask if this reading resonates with you, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. If you're interested in any of the cards that I'm using, they will all be listed in the description box below. Now before we begin this reading, let us clear the energy space, raising our energy vibration and releasing any negativity. This cleanse and meditation will be accompanied by a loud sound. So take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. Releasing all negativity from the body like storm clouds. Letting yourself feel calm, centered, and at peace as we enter into this safe and loving space. So let's see the energy that we have to be mindful of during this time. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly, angels and spirit guides. So it's the world. And what's really funny is the energy that just came forward is kind of like we're trying to push everything open. We're trying to get to the next level really, really, really quickly. We want to be a part of the world. We want to be in the middle of everything, or we want the next stage of our lives to open up a lot more quickly than it is. So Spirit is saying here, be very mindful of rushing things, be very mindful of, trying to make things happen in our time and not in divine time. So that's going to be very important. I know it's really annoying to say because I always hate that when you hear like divine timing, not your timing, but it's really important. So let's see our chakra energy. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. And we have right here, we have the soul star chakra. No, we don't. We have the crown chakra right here, and we have the throat chakra. So we have spiritual awakening. In the crown, our mind is really focused on the more spiritual, on our souls and ourselves. And then we have the throat chakra, which says truth. We need to balance our energy with the truth that we feel, with the way that we're seeing things, with also like the reality of it all. So sometimes we can look at things and we can be very emotional. And then we need to step back and say, okay, is this meshing with reality? Or talk to somebody who we really trust and really love. It's like, okay, is this meshing with reality? That's going to be important here. But speaking our truth and saying, this is what balances me, this is what I see, this is who I am, again, very important. So let's look at what the tarot has to say. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading. And show me clearly, angels and spirit guides, angels there we go. So let's turn everything over, see where we stand. Did I miss a card? I did miss a card, obviously. Okay, so let me just grab the extra one. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Okay, one right here. I'll have one more for good luck. Our bonus card. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so we're starting off with the theme of the summer and also our spirit guides. And this is all about temperance. It's all about balance. It's all about harmony. This is also Sagittarius energy. So if you have this within your natal chart, it's coming through very powerfully here. The theme for the summer is all about balance. And because of our spirit guides, our angels being around us, we deeply feel it. We have the angel right here guiding us, helping us, seeing our balance, seeing what's important, seeing where we need to be. So this is going to be a time I see of like decluttering. It doesn't necessarily mean that we have to be purging things, but it can also be a decluttering of our inner selves, of our souls, of emotions that we've been holding on to. It moves us to what is growing rapidly in our lives and how this growth it can be focused during the summer. And we have here the 10 of Swords. This is the darkness before the dawn. This is a real sense of change and insight and ideas. There's a sense here of looking at all the hardships and pains and disappointments we've been through and seeing the way that we rise, seeing how this plays into our lives and where it becomes important. There are certain things that we have lived through, and we're going to see its relevance starting to come up now, even though before we thought, oh, well, this was just nonsense. So here, I don't know how better to put that, because it's almost like we've been through so much and we just thought, oh, it was just part of life. But now we're starting to see it's like, oh no, there was a reason for this. It moves us, and we're rising. We're going to also find that we're growing in the sense of, I can rise up, I can move forward. There is more to me than people realize. It brings us then to where we need the fire in our lives in the summertime. And this is the Hangman. This is looking at things completely differently than we looked at things before. This is starting to, kind of think outside of the box, but also look at what we need and what we want, and know that we're seeing things differently just because we are different. It's not meant to be something painful or hurtful or hateful. It's meant to let us shine in our own differences in what we desire for our lives. It brings us on how we can help the intentions planted in spring really grow forward, how it can impact us. And this is the Lovers. This is Gemini energy. The seeds that we have planted in spring were the seeds of love. They were also the seeds of, how do I follow what I love? How do I embrace what I love in my life? How do I see what I need for me? It brings us to this place of, where should we focus our creative energies for the next 6 weeks? Because what's happening is that on the 1st of August, we have new beginnings coming in, because we have the most creative time. This is called Lunasa, and I do apologize if I'm butchering that, but it is the beginning of the harvest season. So what we're seeing here is we're learning to walk away from things that no longer suit us, that we don't love. And as we're walking away from what we once thought we love, we're walking into what we need. But we're also going to see here that we can be on the journey by ourselves. It's going to be quite okay for us to kind of like branch out or do things that we had been rather apprehensive to do. That's why the world opening up to us is so important. It's just such a powerful sense of, I need this. But we have to be mindful, again, because that's the energy to be mindful of pushing things too fast. We need to walk on our own. Most definitely, we have a lot of opportunities, brilliances coming forward, and we need to just be mindful of how we're moving and where we're moving to. This brings us to the place where we can, what can we make of this creative season? And it's telling us, it's the Queen of Pentacles, it's prosperity, it's success. It's also earth sign energy, right? Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. There's a real sense of a grounding coming forward, where what can we make of this creative season is something very practical. It's something very beautiful. It's something that grounds us, that sees us, that motivates us, that moves with us. And it also nurtures, it helps others, but it's a bigger picture. It's a beauty coming back into our lives, and it's a beauty leading us forward. It brings us to this place that asks us, what have we planted during the winter? And during the winter solstice. Now, if we're in the southern hemisphere, we can ask ourselves, what have we planted? What did we plant during the summer solstice? And how is this moving us forward? Because, of course, the solstices are reversed. Here we have the Nine of Pentacles. We have prosperity and success and bounty. This is what we planted. This is the energy that's coming forward, which is really great. A lot of the readings up to this point, Libra, have been rather negative energy that was planted in the wintertime. But here, it's rather positive energy. I've planted this prosperity, this success, this bounty for myself. And I'm looking at how to move it forward. I'm looking at how to take in and really celebrate. It brings us to what we need to release from the first half of the year. And it's the Eight of Swords. We're taking a lot of it onto ourselves, meaning we're overthinking, we're overanalyzing, we're keeping us, kind of locked in, this is the way it has to be. This is what I need to be focusing on. But the Eight of Swords isn't just having a goal and sticking to it. It's being very harsh on ourselves. It's being very intense. It's being very overpowering. The Eight of Swords is falling into the trap of your own mind. Overthinking it, playing it through over and over again, doubting ourselves, doubting the way that we can move forward, just always feeling ensnared, always feeling tripped up, always feeling tangled up. So that's something that we need to let go of, and that's something that we need to acknowledge from the winter solstice until now. It moves us to, what is the outcome of this time? Where can the solstice lead us if during this summer period, during this time up into the harvest, we really embrace our energy, we really embrace what we want, we really look at things and say, I'm finding this balance, I'm, taking in my successes, I'm looking at things differently and not blaming myself for that. And it brings us to the Magician. It brings us to a place of power and insight and integrity. It brings us to a place of magic. It brings us to this place where we start to see our gifts and we start to see how we pull them forward and connect with the world. And it also means that we bring our magic spark forward. We start to look at ourselves instead of, something that is wanting, instead of someone who isn't enough. We start to see ourselves as somebody who is astoundingly powerful and prosperous and has a really great head on their shoulders and will be creating so much more. It brings us to our bonus card, which is the King of Cups. This is water sign energy, Pisces, Scorpio, Cancer. But this is also a sense of I move forward in what I love and what I need, and I am that example for me. My heart guides me. And as we're embracing this, we're embracing the masculine, embrace of the heart, the way that we sit there and say, I am pragmatic and I am, determined and I am focused and I am looking at the bigger picture. But I'm also letting love play a huge part of this, because Libra, we're ruled by Venus. We need to have love play a huge part in who we are and what we want and what we're looking towards and what we're looking for. And so as we're embracing our heart, we're embracing ourselves. It brings us also to this place where I'm just seeing, as I was putting down the card, it's like there can be somebody coming into our lives who is led by their heart, who just really opens up their heart, creates, loves, is so powerful through their sheer brilliance of humanity. It brings us to our subconscious energy to be mindful of. This is the Queen of Swords. This is us. We can be a little bit too abrupt. We can be a little bit too sharp with us. Also, we can be listening to people who have a caustic edge to their words and to their voice. So just be aware of that. Our subconscious chakra energy is the crown chakra. And this is the I am presence. I am strong, I am powerful, I am brilliance. And as we're embracing this, we're releasing a lot of the negative talk that we've had around ourselves, especially for the past 6 months. And what we're going to see here is that as we say, the negative things, I am unworthy, I am tired, I am overwhelmed, if those ring true to you, and go on. I mean, seriously, because I know people say don't say the negative, and I completely agree with that. But sometimes we need to look at where our negative talk is and why our negative talk is, and say, you know what, no, enough. Enough of being led forward in anger and hurt and pain and devastation. I can't do that anymore. To say I am enough, I am powerful, I am beautiful, I am successful, I am prosperous. That is the game changer. It brings us to our subconscious tarot energy, and this is the Four of Cups. We've been focusing so much on one way of doing things, of one way of things being. We've tried to plan, we've tried to make everything just perfect. God, Source, Spirit, however you see the divine, the universe, is going to give us a gift that absolutely pulls our attention from where we think it should be. And as our attention is pulled, we start to see a new road open, we start to see new blessings come our way. But just remember that when this first happens, we can think, oh my gosh, this is not where I want to be, or this is not what's good for me. I need to be focusing on what I'm used to. And Spirit's saying, no, this is a new start. All right, Libra. I hope this reading has resonated with you. I wish you nothing but light, love, peace, and happiness. May harmony always be with you. I'm sending loving, healing energy to each and every one of you. I love you all, and stay safe. So let's end this reading with a meditation, a clearing away of negative energy, a raising of our positive energy as we embrace the power and intensity of this summer solstice. So take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. May you move forward in peace and in harmony. And may you have a blessed summer solstice, Libra.